team.
It's too soon. Where? Oh. Alright.
Okay, hi everybody. Just a quick introduction to who I am. I'm Coach Laker, and I've been coaching at the middle school for the last 2 years now with the boys team. Previously to that, I was coaching the middle school girls team. So this is always a highlight of my year, having to coach the boys, because at ACS Cobham, at times I always seem to get the best of most of the teams, because I see a lot of the teams from the other schools, and I realize that I'm a very fortunate person to be working with these young athletes. Just the way they just their feelings and just what they bring to the court every day just makes me so happy to be doing what I'm doing. I'm just going to introduce you to the team one by one, so if I do call your name, just please step out and just give the audience a wave. I'll start with our team captain, Noah Russell. Kaylin, Pierce, Gavin, Cole, Jacob, Alexander, Ben, Ethan, Harry, Arthur.
That tickles.
Least, that was Fox. Is Fox in? I guess there's a reason why I made him last. So just a brief thought about this year, my expectations. I only had 3 returning players this year, so I was a bit optimistic in terms of what I was going to get. As I said, I know that there's always going to be a fun bunch and a group that wants to learn. So, I was optimistic, but my optimism actually turned into a sign of relief. Is this actually, I've been coaching for 6 years now, and this is actually the first team that implemented and grasped my philosophy. My philosophy of basketball is an up-tempo style of basketball, whereby we get kids just running up and down and making it a fun game as opposed to setting up offense. This was actually the first team that actually grasped that concept, and throughout the first game to the last game, they implemented that, and I'm very proud of them. Highlights of the season: we actually finished 6-2 in league play. Only team we lost to was the team that was unbeaten, which was ASL London. Funny enough, ASL London's B team could actually beat the A team just by the size of the kids and the way they played. So for the way these boys played, I was very impressed with them. The first game, it was a shell shock to them. The second game, I thought they competed well, although we didn't have our 2 top scorers as well. Highlights of the season for me were beating Egham. Egham's always a hard team to beat, so beating Egham at home was always a highlight. Another highlight was probably the first game of the season when we played against Hillingdon. That's when I knew that I had a very talented team, especially in our captain Noah, who I think finished that game with 15 points. He caught fire early, and I realized that he was going to be the leader of the team. He continued to help his teammates, which was really good to have a kid that was young and coming in. I think this was actually his first year at the school, and just to come in with the confidence that he had was really good. At this point now, I'd like to go into the awards. For me, the awards, there was a lot of honorable mention, but please, guys, a lot of you guys were honorable mentions to almost every award. I'll start my first award with the MIP. MIP means the most improved player. For me, it's not always the player who shows improvement scoring or on the offensive side of things. It's a player that grasps both offense and defense. It's just the style of basketball which I wanted to enforce. This player, actually, when I was coaching, I wasn't sure he was actually going to make the team. He was actually the second to last player to be picked. I had a team at trials. I think I had about 40 players come to try out. So for him to make the team for me was a big thing, and for him to actually be standing here as the most improved player just shows how hard he's worked throughout the season. At this time, please give a big round of applause to my MIP, and that goes to Ethan Cato. I'll then move on on to my coach's award. This is actually my favorite award. I know a lot of the players like the MVP award, but the coach's award is a player that exemplifies what I want in my players. The player that comes into practice with just a happy face,
After
a
this
positive
one,
guy
we're
to be
going to go
around.
to Noah basketball.
He actually makes the players around him also better just by his character. The MIP this year goes to a player. Just random digression, a funny story about this player. I run tournaments at the school, and one day I just came in to set up the tournament, and I heard the ball bouncing. I was wondering who was here at such an early time. And this kid was just in the gym, just working on his game, just shooting. I asked him, why aren't you just playing with your friends? He just said, I just want to work on my game. And for me, that's what basketball's about. Someone that really is committed to developing. He also became a player who we could also count on to score. He became our second leading scorer towards the end of the season. So please give a big round of applause to my coach's award, and that goes to Kaylin. Now the MVP, most valuable player. Honorable mention goes to runners-up are Pierce Broman and Ben Donovan. You guys were neck and neck with this player, but I'm sure you guys can agree with me that without this player here, we wouldn't have won a lot of games. He provided so much scoring for us. He led the team in scoring, steals, and assists, and that's very rare for a player to be able to score as well as lead his team and be unselfish and passing the ball. He had a game high as stated at against ACS Egham for 15 points. I'm hoping he's going to continue throughout the year and also go up to middle school 18 next year. Big round of applause to the MVP, and that goes to Noah Russell. Guys, thank you very much. Big round of applause to the middle school team.
This year, we developed a partnership with the Surrey Scorchers, which is the professional basketball team who play at Surrey University. And we had this